Hi guys, welcome back. I wanted to take a moment and actually talk about something serious today that I think not enough people talk about. We're in the month of February, so this is our heart disease month, right? It's to pay attention to your heart, what's going on, what are you noticing, what do you not notice? Here's my concern. So I work for a corporation and everyone has talked about Valentine's Day and let's give out these little grams for Valentine's Day. And not once has anyone talked about heart disease. And I think it's really important. It's very near and dear to my heart for multitudes of reasons. One being it affected me. And not everybody knows that. And I think 4 years later that I need to be more conscious and aware and tell people about it. Sorry. So let's give you a little bit of the backstory first. So about 4 years ago, conveniently or inconveniently, right around Valentine's Day, I ended up going to the hospital. I had a blockage of my heart. Not only of my heart, but of my main artery in my heart. They consider it the Widowmaker because when you get it, it kills you. Done. There is no contemplation. There's no reason. You just unfortunately pass away. With my Widowmaker, I didn't realize I had it. I knew something was wrong, but not to the extent that it was wrong. So let me backtrack even a little bit farther for you to try and kind of put the pieces together for you. 4 years ago, I was 43. Let me repeat that for you guys. I was only 43. Probably a year prior to that, so 42, I was having shortness of breath. I couldn't walk a long distance. A little bit of pain, what I chalked up as a woman being, I wasn't feeling good. No big deal. I really put it off for a good 6 months. It wasn't something I couldn't tolerate. It wasn't anything abnormal in my mind. I thought, I'm not eating the healthiest. I do drink. I don't exercise. I do everything that you're not supposed to do, right? So I chalked it up as I need to get my life straight and I just need to pay attention more to what I'm eating, exercise more, so on and so forth. Well, it continued to get worse to the point that when I'm at work, taking the stairs up and down, I couldn't keep up with people. I was gasping for air. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So I reached out to a friend. A friend of mine actually does echoes of the heart. And she said, hey, come in, let me see what it looks like. So she scanned my heart and she says, I'm not a doctor, which she's not, which I totally appreciate her saying. She says, but I think you should go see somebody. I said, all right, great. Again, what did I do? I don't feel that bad. I'm good. So I kind of put it off. And again, those of you know, I live here in Las Vegas. So my husband and I would go down to the Strip. We'd go to shows. We'd walk through the casino. I'd have to have him stop. I couldn't breathe. I was so out of breath. And he kept saying, something's wrong, something's wrong. And I still was like, I don't think something's wrong. It wasn't until I was at work and again, trying to be proactive, taking the stairs. I remember taking the stairs and one day I was in the middle of the flight of stairs and I remember grabbing the railing for all I was worth. And I was like, and having this excruciating pain in my chest. And I was like, oh my God, what is going on? And I stood there and I remember saying to myself, just take a couple deep breaths, just take a couple deep breaths and regain your composure. So I was taking a couple deep breaths. I was like, okay, the pain went away, subsided. I went in and I called my friend and I said, I need to go see a doctor. I think it's time. So she referred me to a doctor. I went to the doctor. The doctor said, yeah, we're going to run some tests. We're going to have you get on a treadmill. And I said, on a treadmill? Are you kidding me? I can't walk from the parking garage to your office without gasping for air. They're like, no, we still got to do the treadmill. I got on the treadmill. I only lasted 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. And I felt like I had ran a marathon. And I was so concerned that I was going to pass out. But at the same token, I was still trying to be so positive and like, I'm okay, I'm good. Like before we did the treadmill, I'm like, let me take a selfie. I want to take a selfie for my kids so they can see what's going on. Because I'm a firm believer to keep your kids involved with what's going on to a certain extent. Side note on that conversation. So he took the test and he says, I don't know, we need to do an angiogram. So an angiogram, for those of you who don't know, is where they take, think about it this way, a little itty bitty thing up your vein into your heart to look like a camera, right? They're going to look at your heart and see what it looks like. And I went, yay, wait a minute. If you're going to do that, I want to make sure that I'm going to the best, right? So I called my girlfriend back and I said, this is what they want to do. And she says, no, if they're doing that, go here, right? Her professional opinion. She's in the industry. She deals with cardiologists all the time. I'm like, cool. Called. It was like a second opinion to me, right? And the doctor said, we don't do second opinions. And I went, well, it's that important to me that I'll have all of my documentation from the first doctor transferred over to you. And I think that was the best decision in my life that I ever made. I had to wait 2 weeks. I remember in the 2 weeks, I did get the little pain in your arm like they talk about. I still had the shortness of breath. Other than the pain in my arm, that's what really prompted me to say something's seriously wrong. So I went to the doctor. The doctor saw me and said, it's not a typical case per se. Yes, I didn't eat healthy. Yes, I don't exercise. Yes, I socially drink with my friends, but I'm not obese. I don't have any of the standard, what they call factors they'd be looking for. My age, I'm too young, I'm too this, I'm too that. Nah, he didn't believe it. He's like, but we'll do the angiogram. He gave me 2 options. I said the angiogram's what I wanted to do. Day the angiogram came. Mind you, you're awake for this, or at least I was. And I'm watching on a 70-inch TV screen, everything that's going on. And mind you, like nowadays, we're all Google experts, right? So I had to Google what it looked like because I was fascinated by it, what to expect, what can I look for, things of that nature, because it intrigued me. So I remember being in the office, and mind you now, my friend's there, the one who did my sonogram first, just said, hey, go see the doctor, because they all work at the hospital. So it was like a big party for me before I went in. And I can remember the night before going and buying some cards and writing out the cards to my family and those that I loved in case something were to happen, because I just didn't have a good feeling. But in my neural personality, I didn't want anybody to know that. And I tried to stay positive. So here I am laying in the hospital. They're doing the angiogram, and I can hear the doctor. Sorry, guys. I can hear him talking to the assistant, and he's going, nope, nope. And what he's saying nope for is he's going through each of my arteries, and he's checking for clogs. And he went, nope, nope, nope. And then I hear him go, wait, back up. And now I'm really paying attention. Now I know he's found something. And he goes, oh, yep, here we go. We found something. And I can hear him, hey, we need this stent. So the stent is what's going to happen. Now he found the clogged artery. He's going to take what looks like a little itty bitty straw. That's the best way to describe it, except for it's not even visual to the eyes, right? He's going to take a little straw, put it in there, spring release it, and it's going to open up. So it's going to go boop and open up my artery. So he's like, yeah, I found something. So he said, give me, and they're talking about the sizes beyond my expertise. Not that I have any in this subject, but so they're trying different sizes. And he's like, nope, let's try this size. Nope, let's try this size. Nope, let's try this size. And then I hear him call to the back nurse that's in the very back. She's going to need a room. Now, little did I know what that meant at the time. But I later found out that that meant that I was going to have my chest cracked open and have open heart surgery because he couldn't get the stent in. I didn't know that. I only learned that later on. But that made me understand how severe that it was. And thank goodness for my doctor. He said, you know what? Hold on. Let me try again. And it was on his final attempt that he actually was able to put the stent into my heart. So I did not have to have open heart surgery. Put the stent in my heart, went to recovery. My mom had flown up from Arizona. My husband was in the waiting room. And I don't think they realized the extent either of what was going on in my life, or with my heart, I should say. I went to recovery. I later got to hear the conversation that my husband and my mom had with my doctor. He came out to the waiting room and said, hey, do you want to have the conversation here, or do you want to come back to the back? And my mom and my husband said, no, we'll just have it here. Again, not thinking anything major was going on with me. My husband and my mom both recalled that when the doctor came out, he was very pale and like something traumatic had just happened. The doctor, first words out of the doctor's mouth to my family was, thank you. This was very gratifying. It's been a long time. I've never seen a case like this. And it's why I became a doctor. So he showed him the pictures of my before and after, which I'm going to let you guys see in just a moment and talk through it. But I think it's really important, guys. Don't not listen to yourself. Don't not listen to what your body's telling you. If I would have continued to put this off, I may not be around here. Guys, I think it's really serious that women need to know this. So take a look. I'm willing to share this with people because I want to make sure it changes people's lives. So this was my before video, or not my video, but this was my before picture before they unclugged my arteries. So if you take a look where these blue lines are, if I were to draw a line straight down right here, this is where my main artery to my heart should have been. I'm going to show you the after picture because it'll give you a better idea of what it should look like. So after the doctors went in and were able to put the stent in my heart, this is now what it looks like. So if you look right here, this is after they opened up my main artery. Look how wide it is and how far it comes down. I mean, seriously, people don't really understand until you look at this. So again, this is my before. That's my after. That's a huge impact. And I think more people just need to be aware of this. Side note, heart attacks are usually very common with a blocked LAD. So 100% blockage of your main LAD. You get a heart attack and you just pass away. Through this whole instance, I never had a heart attack. I find myself very grateful. I'm very acutely aware of what's going on with my heart now and what's going on. But here's something to be aware of, guys. We're now 4 years later, and we're a week away from Valentine's Day. And I am having the same symptoms again. Not to the level that I was before, but again, I noticed that I'm having shortness of breath, different symptoms that I'm having that I now am acutely aware of. And I've reached back out to my doctor, and he said he is not taking any risks because of how abnormal my case was the first time. He didn't want that to happen again. So we're going to go through and we're going to do all the testing to see if I can stay on top of this and not have this happen to me again. But it's really important to me that I reach out to you guys. Guys, pay attention to what's going on in your life. If you're not sure, go see a doctor. Don't be afraid to go see your doctor. They specialize in it. They can tell you everything about what's going on and get you on the right track. So, on that sad note, Heart Awareness Month, February. Pay attention. Go see somebody if you're not sure. Sorry for the dogs. Pay attention if you're not sure. Even if you're like, it's still better to go check it out than it is to wait and find out later on. So with that, I'll keep you posted. In the meantime, have a great February. Be aware of everyone. Be aware of where to find defibrillators at your work. If you haven't checked it out, they're really easy to use. Usually centrally located for somewhere. Usually next to the restaurant, or not restaurant, restrooms. They're everywhere. Be aware of them. They have self-explanatory instructions. Don't be afraid if you have to use it or find it for somebody who needs to use it. It could save a life. So with that, have a great day, guys. Be aware of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi guys, I just wanted to give you a quick follow-up saying I'm going in to see the doctor, see what he has to say about my results. So cross our fingers, everything goes well. I'll keep you posted and I'll let you know. Hi guys, so we got our results. Everything is awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Doctor said he saw nothing on the test that I should be concerned about. Funny enough, I told him we were doing the channel and he thinks that's a great idea, and he said, hey, you showed him your x-rays of your actual heart? And I said, absolutely. And he again reiterated how unique my case was and how rare it was for somebody to have 100% blocked artery and not have a heart attack and be able to walk away and still do well. So I'm thrilled. I've got a couple pointers that I asked him about that I wanted to be aware of, because I have a Peloton at home and my heart rate when I was on the Peloton was 188, and he said that's just way too high. So side note, be safe if you're exercising. He said target heart rate 120 to 130. If you're trying to do it for cardio, 150 to 160 max. Don't go above that. So side tip for you guys. But I'm super excited. Any hearts you want to provide, so thrilling. I'm going to go tell my family right now. So thanks, and I'm glad you watched. If it helped anyone out there, I'm thrilled to death. If not, tell your friends, spread the word. Heart disease, it's a real serious thing, a real issue out there, and we're good to go. So bye guys.